Legionnaires of the Lariat! Welcome back to another episode of I Still Call It a Lariat. And today we're reviewing Survivor Series 2025. I'm your host, Michael Wright, and with me as always is my tag team partner, Zapf. Steven, how are we doing today?
You know, at least I'm back in my normal dwelling. I'm back on my starship. I'm not in a pantry anymore like we were last week. But I kind of wish I was back there because that's when I was still excited about this show.
In all fairness, you could still be in a pantry right now. No one knows.
That's true. It could just be a black pantry.
It could be. You never know. Who are we to say? It could be. It could even be a boat.
It could be a boat. It could be a boat.
It could be a boat. Yeah. So we got Survivor Series War Games. This show happened.
The show happened. So I'm gonna. I don't even know if this is a hot take anymore. I like what you said last week that because obviously I always say that like the women's and the men don't necessarily always need to have the mirroring match. This is like a prime example of that, though, is that like you don't need a women's war games or a men's war game and a men's war games. You could have one.
Actually, I think you had it right the first time. I don't think you need a women's war games or a men's war games.
That's the other thing is I feel like this has just become like we're just doing this match now. And there's no real build. There's no real. It's not a blow off for something real anymore. As to where like that was the whole point of war games was, hey, we have a vendetta, and the only way we're gonna get this done is by damn near killing each other.
Yeah, not to be a contrarian, but I don't even think they're doing that anymore. Like they're not even doing the not doing that. They're doing less. It's in my mind, even if they didn't do the blood vendetta between groups, which is fine. Like the way they set this up is fine. They just don't know how to produce these matches. And like, I can't imagine how awful this match was to watch live. Like I'd have this giant cage around two rings watching two guys fight each other while eight guys lay around after getting a clothesline. The Jamokin in these matches are insane, and they don't even do moves powerful enough to take you out for that layer of time. Sometimes it does happen, but it was... I just didn't get it this time around. And then the two matches, like you said, having the women's war games and the men's war games, they need to talk to each other beforehand. It was a parody of the other parody, where you had Becky holding the cage, so AJ Lee couldn't come in, and then you had Drew McIntyre holding the cage. Which for me, I really don't understand why all of a sudden Drew McIntyre is afraid of Cody. Like, why did he not want him in there? It's almost like copying that spot just because they're like, we got one script. We forget if it's the men's or the women's. Both of you do it.
That's kind of exactly how it feels. And to go along with your thing about it must have been hell to watch it live. So it's bad enough with the men's, and this isn't me being sexist. This is me actually just using science and size of people, by the way. The men are obviously bigger than the women. It's got to be harder to see what's going on with the women just off of natural. The fact of the matter is they're all a little smaller. They you know, if you're up in the cheap seats of a baseball stadium, that's going to be harder to watch too. Like again, this is one of those matches that we don't need to do every year anymore. Like we've ran that course, and this unfortunately just goes along with something that you and I have both said, I think, at this point, and that's that it feels like WWE is just resting on its laurels. They're just.
This is supposed to be one of the big four. This is the road to WrestleMania. Is that the right way to say it? It just doesn't make sense. This whole thing. Sorry, and folks, I try to ease into this a little bit more. I was just really frustrated with this show because it wasn't even like they were like they threw a lot of storylines out the window. Literally nothing really was built from these matches, and we'll get into some of what I think has been built from these matches. They didn't pay off anything, the Raw afterwards, and it just I don't know. We have two rings. We have a cell. I remember when War Games, you have all these guys fighting at once, like, and that was even when there was a top on it.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't know, like, you just don't need, like, if you, it's just turned into a spot junkie match where
I,
get everybody out of the way so two people do something crazy so they can go down so two other people can get up, one of them can do something crazy and get them down, and then at the end you'll have one group up while one person standing from the other team fin like it like it's too
it's formulaic. It's too formulaic now.
for a match that's built on chaos. I don't know how it's so formulaic. Like, I just don't get it. And like that's what like you should have 4 camera views going, like have a hot cam or at least 2 and like in the corners when we're watching it, where you kind of have a look at people as they're going. Have people run into each other to make them look like a missed spot because there's just so much mayhem going on. And I don't know. It's just there's so much potential for this match, and I love the idea of bringing 2 rings and all of these people to a point. And like I don't love it when you have 8 people in one ring, but 10 people in 2 rings. Man, could you do some damage? And it has so much potential. This is just so cookie like it had all of the stars. Like if these people who are in these matches can't make this work, it's time to take a break. Let's take a break and let's miss it.
Showtime. I know you had your match suggestion last week. What about if we just went back to normal old school Survivor Series matches?
I'd be fully on board for that. Like build up, like even the build up of these teams weren't there. I'd be fully for that. I really did like the idea of having the 2 rings and the tag match similar to the old Survivor Series thing, but have 2 consecutive matches going on at once where you never know. And I was even thinking about this the other day. I don't know why I didn't say it, but like if you're the active wrestlers in 2 rings, you could tag each other. Like that would be kind of cool too. Like
that
you have to stay
really
in your corner. You have to stay in your corner if you're not in the ring. But if you're in the ring, you could tag anywhere. I know you were kind of going off on being in the right position for tags, but this would be a little bit different. It'd be part of the rules.
This is different. This
like
is a specialty match.
Stated in the rules, 100%. And like I could easily see like, the spot. The reason why it made me think of it was, and not to steal someone else's thunder, but I'm gonna do it anyway. A really cool spot in a 2 rings, 5 competitors, 4 on each side. You have 2 tag team partners in the ring. You make a tag and do a double buckshot lariat. Would be the coolest spot in that moment in time to switch rings. And I feel like if the women did it, it wouldn't feel like such a like ripoff of Hangman. But it's just that kind of move where you could do it simultaneously without stealing each other's spring. And hit a devastating move and a great moment for the night. And while you're trying to run a tag team match to that degree, you could keep your eyes on the match, follow both matches simultaneously, get something out of it, tell a rich story, and not just have it, all right, we're just waiting for Io to put the garbage can on her head and jump off the top of the ring.
Waiting 40 seconds to put a garbage can on her head.
We'll get into that parts of it when we get into the matches themselves.
The other one I wanted to before we got into the matches, what about if they did, because the format they went to after the actual Survivor Series matches was like the Raw versus SmackDown format.
Sure.
Where it was just the champions going at it. And even I even liked it when they like made NXT kind of equals in that sense, where like all the like, hey, the NXT, the Raw and the SmackDown champion all went at it, or like the IC, the US and the North American champion went at it. Like I wouldn't mind seeing that again either. It's just I feel like War Games is just played out.
I don't think any of it's broken. Like I don't think any of the matches are broken. I think they just forgot how to book this match. They forgot that it's not about one person versus one person at a time. the Jamaican's got to stop in this situation because when you got somebody in there like Roman, who and Brock Lesnar, who like you could send 15 guys at them and he'd fight them off one by one to start with, but one person hits a move out of nowhere, and they're down for 15 minutes. Like, come on, like what are we doing? Like this should be a huge melee. Sure, there's weapons involved in certain situations, and you wrap a chain around your hands, you hit somebody, they can be down for a while. That makes sense. A lot of it doesn't make sense in this match, and it got lazy, and like it was just. I feel like I was so fired. I don't know if I've been this fired up in a while because the teams had so much potential and
so much star power out there. So much star power.
And if these guys can't make this work, then it's time to move on. It's time to like sunset it for something special like Hell in the Cell has been done, where that had its own PLE for a long time, pay-per-view at the time. And now that's just for a blood match. If that's where it needs to go, then let it go that way. This is supposed to be a special PLE. We had 4 matches. And, this... I'm going to flip through it real quick, but I'd be hard pressed to find a worse one for the year. Is this the sticker of the year?
You know what? This might be, and if nothing else, just because it is only 4 matches, like.
No, but even
like you said, it's one of the big 4, like
matches.
Like 2, 4, 6, like all the other big shows have more. Because Mania had more per day. SummerSlam had more per day. Survivor Series is still only 1 day. If we had gotten, I don't know, maybe there would have been a little bit of cushion too if maybe in there we slipped in a real Survivor Series match instead of having to watch it on SmackDown.
Yeah, on SmackDown randomly. Because it's bad enough that always the tag team championship match is on the SmackDown before, but now let's have Survivor Series the night before Survivor Series. It doesn't make sense. So I am looking through some of this stuff. Was it?
It also hasn't been an epic year for PLEs.
No, it hasn't. That's why I'm looking. But still, WrestlePalooza was probably worse. No,
that's fair.
No, it wasn't.
Maybe.
No, because Io Vaquero was a great match.
That's right. Yeah.
The CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Becky and Seth was great. I was disappointed in Cody and Drew, but it wasn't a bad match. It was just kind of it was just going through the motions. But it was an actual match, like a real match did happen that night.
That is true.
This one, Survivor Series, I think is by far the worst show of the year between AEW and WWE. You get the
stinker.
Yeah. What did your old wrestling coach used to say?
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's the drizzling shits. That was a D+ at best. Jesus Christ. Get me some chocolate milk.
Is that Iron Mike Sharp? Is that who that was?
No, that wasn't even Sharp. That was technically Ed the Razor. That was the head trainer for Larry Sharp's school at the time. But that's almost a spot on. That was almost a spot on impression. I've been doing it for 20 years, so
that voice echoes in my head every so often when something's like really bad. Like I wasn't even there, and that voice, your impression of an impression, is my in my head, living rent free. So let's get into it. So honestly, if you want to, we'd appreciate it if you keep listening. But it's going to be more of that from this point on.
It's there's going to be some trashing. I'm actually trying to be nicer in the world right now. But it's hard. It's getting hard, guys. Well, and like,
I just want to be honest about it. Cause like, that's the, and like, we never want to tear these people down. We love wrestling. It's fun. These are the top tier talent in the world, and nothing would be better, in my opinion, for us to sit here and be like, do you see how good Survivor Series was?
Yeah, like if we could,
like that's what I want to be talking about.
Gush about this.
Oh, 100%.
but we can't. That's not where we're at.
It was the worst. It was the worst.
Here's what I will
show
say. Survivor Series on a business level, success. There's my positive, because because on a business level they sold out a baseball stadium. Success. I'll give them that one.
After watching Survivor Series this year, if Survivor Series was in my backyard last year, I would not buy a ticket for it. And for that reason, I don't think it's a success, business success.
Fair enough. I mean, we won't have to worry about it for Rumble because it'll be in Saudi.
Well, as much as these shows are made for the TV audience, because it's clearly made for the TV audience, not for the people in the arena. In the arena is where a lot of their money comes from. Obviously, the TV deals brings a lot of that in as well, but a lot of that money comes in there, and they are jacking up those ticket prices to ridiculous levels. And
Super Bowl prices.
If I paid that kind of money to see Survivor Series, I'd be furious. I'm mad, and I watched it on ESPN through a subscription, and so that I was
he's literally. You can't see it on the screen, but he's jumping up and down right now. He's literally hopping mad.
I'm hopping mad. I'm from New Jersey. I talk with my hands. It's how it works. So everyone does it. The frame right now in front of me is not big enough to see all of my hand motions. They're all clean. For those listening, all clean.
This is amazing.
So let's
Best
get into
day
it.
ever.
We'll get into the
Best
women's.
and worst day ever.
We'll get into the women's war games. We had Rhea, Io, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee versus Nia, Lash Legend, the Kabuki Warriors, and Becky. I have a positive, kind of, for this match, and I'll save it at the end because it was at the end. But I don't know if you remember the prediction show, but my prediction came real close.
Real close. Real close.
And, I think for this match, the storyline was actually better than the men's one, of like why these people were teaming up against this other crew. I know it was a little slapdash, but it was there. But man, was everything choreographed in this match. Like
everything.
This crew of incredibly talented women are better than this. Like this was rough.
Oh yeah. And I'm going to say this. So I get it. It's WWE, and that like you want that big entrance and stuff like that. You got people kicking the hell out of your teammates. Why are you doing your full entrance before you come to the ring every single time? Run to the ring. Just run there.
Did that. AJ did it, I think. A couple of men did it.
AJ jogged, but like that was still along the lines of her style of entrance. But like
she didn't skip to the ring.
She actually ran down. But like, so who started? It was Asuka and Charlotte
and Asuka.
Asuka was the start,
which I was excited when those two started. Here's excitement levels, and as it goes like this through the night, Charlotte versus Asuka to start this thing off. Let's go. But then they started it off, and it was rough.
And then Io comes out, and she does her full entrance. And then Kyrie comes out. Full entrance, even more than what her normal entrance is. Even I'm actually still waiting for Lash Legend to get to the ring. she did a Travis Scott entrance.
I'm trying to think. I just want to make sure we get this order right. So I'm just pulling it up. If we have,
I know Lash was last.
Lash was last. It was Io before Kyrie. Yeah, so Lash was last. So yeah, you're right.
I believe so.
Yeah, so it would have been and it was. This is where the formulaic,
because Nia was the second to last heel to come out.
Yeah, and yeah, the order was a little funky. It's always really hard to have the faces outnumber the heels. So like that's one of those things where I think it's really interesting that like trying to figure out how to balance that and not having the faces have to come back. But the amount of times people were waiting for spots to happen, like it felt like everybody was off a half a step this whole match. Like almost like I know there's two rings, but it's almost like both rings were bigger, and like they were showing up at different parts of the ring, a half a step behind where they should have. Because Charlotte versus Asuka, 5-star potential match, and it's not just that that's just where it started. The rest of them, as they went through it, everybody was just kind of missing spots, standing around for EO's big thing. Not only were the heels just standing there waiting to catch them, but all the faces were standing around behind them.
Yep. I completely agree. It's too much, and I know other people have said this too, and I get it. I know it's the spot, but if we all know that EO is going to do the trash can spot, does she have to do the trash can spot anymore? Like, where it's, and I love EO. Like, that's the thing is, I like all the people in this match. I don't want to not enjoy this match because I really enjoy this, and I feel I'm dad. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Just disappointed. That's the issue. Like, do you know what? Yes. Do you know what EO does? She's obligated to do that spot. But she's obligated to do that spot, get up there while other things are happening down on the ground where people can turn around and she's ready to jump. Like the fact that the entire heel group is standing there for seconds, just waiting. Like in a real fight, you walk away. You turn around and start fighting the people not in torpedo garbage can range. So it was just kind of a sloppy match where it was clearly choreographed, maybe not practiced enough. I did hear, and maybe part of the problem was I did hear that people were recording the show during setup from outside the baseball stadium. I don't know if you heard, but they started like trolling those people by playing when they're testing the audio systems. They played Stone Cold's music, Edge's music, and Jinder Mahal's music randomly.
Yeah.
Just because like, all right, let's play. Like we know people are filming us. Let's play that so they think maybe one of those people will show up today. Which spoilers, none of those guys did.
None of those people showed up.
He's not coming. He's not coming for John Cena's last match. So maybe they didn't get enough ring time to figure out how to hit that pace, but it was crazy. The one thing I was really excited about, because I called it ahead of time, to really like the idea of someone escaping the ring to lose the match, was Becky being the only one standing and then going to bail on everybody. She didn't owe.
Well, and you legitimately called it being Becky.
Becky, well, she was the heel that fit it because she went so swarmy. And secondly, she owed none of those other 4 women anything. The Kabuki Warriors can't bail on each other. Lash and Nia at this point in time can't bail on each other. Becky, she didn't care. Like, they should have let her go. And I get why the faces didn't, but I would have liked to see them let her go. Yep. But I called that ahead of time. I was like, that's how that should end.
And then Rhea and Io hugged it out.
Yeah, of course they did. They always do the jump up and let me hold you. Which I don't mind the celebration. Like they're all friends now. Yay, we won. Like it really didn't build anything as well. The only thing this match really built was a tag team feud between Nia Jax, Lash Legend, the Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I said going into this. I don't see much coming out of this. AJ Lee and Becky don't even need to have another match. Like, Becky's lost to her twice technically at this point. I realize it's not a singles match, but Becky's on the losing end of this whole thing. The only reason to get this match would be for Becky to get one back.
I love to circle back to this comment every so often, and I think this is another opportunity for us to do it. Let's talk about Becky Hogan for a second, on how she never puts over talent, and she's selfish and always wants a spotlight. Now I've seen 3 feuds in a row of her doing nothing but trying to elevate other people around them. Lyra Valkyria, Maxine Dupree, and now AJ Lee getting her back up to speed after being out of the ring for so long.
And Nikki Bella.
And yeah, sure, and Nikki Bella.
I mean, Bella, she didn't lose to her, but realistically, she shouldn't have.
I love throwing out the Becky Hogan sarcastically because I didn't think it was true beforehand, and now it couldn't be any more apparent. And I know no one's screaming that from the rooftops right now, but they scream about it when she does do something relatively selfish, if you want to put it in quotation marks. She's still a competitor at the top of her game and should get those moments because she's that good. She's probably, I think she is probably the best women's wrestler, like she's skill wise. And honestly,
she's still the one that won.
She's probably the best wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. It's only 6 years ago now that she was the winner of the first all women's main event for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, it's not like we're talking about a decade ago, 2 decades ago, 1985. Like, we're not. She's still that Becky. She's just evolved into this Becky.
She's still the man.
She is still the man. Or big time Bex.
But it's just funny in this context. Yeah.
Yes.
So I want to give Becky her roses when she deserves it, because she very much does. But and in this match, you have, in my mind, outside of Toni Storm, this match, in my opinion, has all of the best possible wrestlers that can throw their names into the hat. I think you have Rhea, you got Becky, you have Charlotte. Those are maybe Asuka as well in that grouping.
Honestly, the only one that you're missing that would be under the WWE banner is Stephanie.
Yeah.
It's the only one you're missing, and she's on the card.
There's one more person, too, that you might be able to, because of leaps and bounds, but I don't want to say their name yet. But, like, literally, I think that these are the ones. And, yeah, I should, like, I feel like Stephanie McCure needs to do a little more first. Like, she's still so young in kind of, at least in what I've, well, not just this company, at least for me on what I've seen, and I admit that I have not followed her career for very long. I saw one match of hers in AEW. I didn't pay any attention to NXT. I don't typically. I just don't have the time. I know it's fantastic wrestling, so if you watch it, you should continue. I just don't have the time to watch that as well. But she wasn't there all that long before making the main roster jump. Because of her talent, because of her skill, I would like to see her. I would like to see her actually have a good,
a really good feud. A real drawn out like program.
Yeah, like, let's go Stephanie versus Rhea. Let's do Stephanie. We'll get into who I think she's going to have her first real feud with in a couple minutes. So let's get out of this match, because I'm going to start talking in circles. I don't want to do that. But so next we have the greatest luchador of all times.
I thought that was El Grande.
No. Listen, El Grande's great. The large coffee, he knows how to get served. But the greatest Mysterio of all time, challenging the last real champion. I can't believe they still call him that. He
The-
lost the title. Like
The
it doesn't
the
count.
gloat / Jamote, greatest Mysterio of all time.
The greatest Mysterio of all time.
Jamote.
The versus John Baptiste Cena. I know that's not his real name, but it's funny. To get his title belt back. Steven, you did a lot of gloating. You glout, and we were trying to figure out what the past
didn't
tense
actually
of gloat
gloat.
is. Like, because you got a couple matches on me, man, did come back and smack in the face. So I didn't bring it up. The first match, Steve and I both predicted Team Rhea. I figured Rhea was the right way to put that. Team Good Guys. This one, you had Cena, John Cena. Obviously, I took the greatest wrestler to ever grace the ring, Dominic Mysterio.
I was gonna say Harley's not in this match. I didn't see Harley Race on this card.
I'm full kayfabe here, bud. I'm in. So you had a fun match. That's what this was. This was a fun match.
This is my favorite match on the card.
100%. But that doesn't say anything.
Yeah, it's not a very high bar right now.
You have 3 stinkers and a fun match. I can't even dare to say a good match. It was just a fun one.
It was just fun. What did you? So the trickery spot. The first trickery spot. The Dominic faking the injury to come back. Showtime as a acknowledged heel at points in your career. What did you think of this? Because I have mixed feelings on it.
I think it's fine. It's the exact spot that someone like a Dominic Mysterio would do. It's not all that uncommon of a tactic, particularly on the independent scene, like the higher up independent scenes, not just like your VFWs of the world and whatnot. But like those ones, like I don't know if it's Ring of Honor, but like that tier down of the independents, where they'll do stuff like this often. The fact that it was Penta who got hurt right before in a very similar fashion, and the way that the two of them really made it look like he fell funny. I think that might have been the only thing that I had a problem with, was a spot like that could have actually hurt.
Could have actually hurt him.
But at the end of the day, he did it right, and he's Dominic Mysterio. Of course, he's going to fake being hurt or something like that.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not mad about him faking the injury in that sense. I don't. Even the spot, like I know a lot of people were mad that the ref didn't count afterwards because.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, who are you?
So the only thing that I can say that evens out a little bit is if we're really going by the rules, the ref still should have counted Dominic while he was out on injury. And I know that this has been a change in recent years, but this should not be a change. Now, I was actually just on Matt Madness with Morgan and Mozart, and they had John Finnegan, who, if you remember, is Jim Molyneux's like work wife as far as we're concerned. And he kind of like sat us down and was like, yeah, you guys are right. The wrestling count, the refs count, the refs rules, that's one of the purest forms of shoots in wrestling is. And I still think that should have been where this is. I am okay with him not counting Dominic for the pin because he was not counting Dominic on the outside while he was injured. So if you're not going to do one, you've set the precedent that you're not going to do the other.
2 wrongs don't make a right, Stephen. 2 wrongs don't make a right.
But Dominic's does always so much wrong. And yet he's so right.
I'm really surprised on how hard Cena how hard Cena put over the women.
I am. I don't think we needed all of that, but it was there. It
And he got
happened.
pop rocked.
He got pop rocked and he got Tejano bombed by Raquel.
Like Roxanne and Raquel dominating Cena. Like I was
the last real champion.
Shocked. The last real champion, guys. And they announced him as the last real champion in that match. And he's not what he is.
And between Liv, Raquel, and Roxanne.
We're not there.
Oh, wow. Sorry. Spoilers.
No, I did. I had a problem with him not counting. So, and honestly, I didn't even think about it with not counting him out. But I also have a problem with that too. Like that would have fixed that problem of him faking.
Exactly.
So
just any other point in wrestling, for anyone who's going to argue, well, this is what it is. But at any other point in wrestling or any other traditional sport, if you can't go, your competition is over now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they might have stopped a match, a real amateur match or meet, or if it was football, they might stop the game. But that guy's not coming back in the game. That's it. Yeah. You're done. You got to sit out, bud.
Yeah, like even a small injury in football, you have to sit out for at least a play, or you have to call timeout.
At least a play. Yeah, if they have to stop the game to check on you, you're not allowed in on the next play unless the other team calls a timeout, Matt Stafford.
You can call a timeout, and that'll get you there. But all in all, this match was a lot of fun. The whole Judgment Day coming down to help him. I'm still like, I was sitting there thinking about it, like after everything was said and done. I might be the only one in the world, but like I'm really excited about the Judgment Day still. I love this group, and I want them to be a dominant group in it. I describe them as, in the past on that dystopian future, and like they're the group of teenagers that are like the first enemies you meet in that world. And like I love that visual, and I think they have such a role of like chaos bringers within the raw scene. So I'm here for them forever. Like I'm good with them staying forever. Don't worry. You want to get rid of one person and bring somebody else in? I'm fine, but I'm in for them being there literally for like even the people that leave, once they leave this group, like Damian Priest has no direction without Judgment Day.
He has not recovered.
Has ascended. He's not recovered from leaving.
And I think Rhea is a different animal. I think Rhea was gonna rise to the top of the food chain because she had already risen to the top of the food chain. Like we said it for months and months that Rhea was a babyface. Judgment Day were heels.
You are correct, sir. They were. But then the big surprise return. Wasn't I asking about her?
You were. And Bianca, but at least we figured out why.
Well, with Bianca?
Bianca was her hand is still a mess. And but I think we had said during the preview that Liv should be coming back soon.
Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly what we said, but I was like, where is she? I haven't heard anything about her timeline. Well, she's back.
There she is.
And I'm so happy she's back. Like, it's so funny the 180 I've taken on her since joining the Judgment Day. Because before, not that I disliked her, but like essentially, I think I called her at one point in time like the bargain basement Alexa Bliss kind of thing. And like just like she filled that role, that look, and I was wrong. I was very wrong. Because she is coming to her own. She's her own person, and I'm so happy she's back. Like the Judgment Day is so much better with her. Raw is so much better with her. Her wrestling style has gotten way better. I honestly think she might have the best finisher move in wrestling right now. Maybe not in all of wrestling, but it's up there. It's arguably up there.
I like Oblivion.
The Oblivion's great, and I think Dom should throw it more often.
I'm gonna say this. I know I said Bianca probably. But realistically, Liv winning the women's Royal Rumble would make the most amount of sense. Would kind of make a lot of sense to me right now.
And that was my point of before. I think that that you have Stephanie's first real feud. It should be with Liv Morgan.
Be with Liv. I could see that being really good because Liv did a lot of good work with Io.
Yep. And did Liv lose the title?
Liv lost the title. Yeah, she had already lost the title.
Okay.
She had already she had the tag titles with Raquel.
Stuff, right?
Yeah, she had the tag titles with Raquel, and then she got hurt, and that's when Roxanne came in and did that.
Yeah, that's right.
And then during WrestleMania, that was when Alexa and Charlotte won it.
Yeah.
Or SummerSlam. SummerSlam. I'm sorry. It was the Slam of the summer.
The Slam of the summer. So I think that she goes. But at the end of this, here's where the big spoiler comes in. Liv, furious with Dom, throws a smack so hard at him that it knocked him off his feet, even though it missed him.
It missed him completely.
But I think that was on purpose.
I think that was on purpose. I also like the Liv doing the Cena.
Yeah, I was building to that, and then turns around and hugs John Cena for no reason whatsoever. Like that was what caught me off guard. I kind of thought something was up when she smacked him. I was like, you can't really trust the first thing with Liv at this point in time, and we're like kind of the character she has. Though a face return would be cool and all for her. I could see them setting that up. But then when she jumped on Cena with like no history whatsoever, like I was like, this is weird. Watch out, John. And then she did the Cena face.
She did the Cena face.
She did the Cena face.
She just went all smiling. All of a sudden, she went straight face. I was like, I've never seen Liv go straight face. This is weird. I'm actually a little nervous. I got a little scared for John. Weird. I got a little scared for John.
Because he took one right in the twig of berries.
Right in the old mommy daddy maker.
And they oof. And she did not look like she held back. She went for it. She was like, I think she picked up a towel. She goes, last nut punt is now, and then got him.
Like, and I'm just happy that she's kind of a smaller girl, because luckily that probably means she has a small foot. So like, at least she maybe only got one, because where she hit it, she might have gotten both.
The jorts help out. Maybe there's some
same, and she had the super baggy Jenko Mysterio pants on.
Jenko Mysterio pants. I thought that was a dead giveaway. Like, why would you wear those pants out right now if you are turning on Dom in this moment in time? Just say.
No, she just wanted to wear Jenkos, bro.
I mean, I get it. My only Jenkos also have a giant Mysterio face on the side of them. So, like, what else are you gonna do?
And he also only bought them last week.
I don't know Jenkos. I never did. But Dom regains his Intercontinental Championship. I think this is great for him. I want to see. I'm dying for him to be able to hold his own. But I get why this match went down the way it did. But like, I want to see. Like, I randomly want to see Dominic Mysterio beat Brock Lesnar clean. Like, I want to see him beat a monster cleanly without 7 people coming in to help him.
So I'll throw this one out there. Only because we're obviously winding this last time is now thing down. Is it Cena Gunther? Like, is that what we're thinking? Or because I don't really want that match. I just don't want that match. Like I want Cena to. If it was gonna be someone like this, I'd rather the last match have been Dominic. Like, I'd 100%. Rather this have been the last match, and this is just, okay, that's it. Now he's going to ride off into the sunset, because Gunther doesn't need a rub. And the other guy that's involved in this is LA Knight, and he doesn't need a rub. Like, these are guys that are touted as guys already. Like,
one of the things I'm so surprised they didn't do was, why is this last match not against an NXT guy? Like, Cena wanted this whole Saturday night's main event to be WWE versus NXT. there should have been someone from NXT that went deep into this. And like they got some guys in NXT that could believably tear through the roster. Like
Yep.
someone like, I mean, maybe not Ricky Starks because he's still building his way up
Obafemi.
there. Obafemi would have been a great spot for this. Even Joe Hendry,
Trick.
I
Trick
like,
Williams.
Trick Williams would have been really good for this.
This is a good spot for Trick.
So like,
I don't
it just
get
went
it.
a long way for those guys.
I have a feeling that this is not. I know most of his run this last year outside of the heel turn realistically has been John's call. I don't know if this has been. Like, I don't know if this was his choice. Like, hey, you know what? You know who I really want to give this last rub to? Gunther.
Well, one of the things that I have, one of the ideas that I have that I think would make this better. You ready for this little fun spin?
Spin me, baby. Wait.
It doesn't matter if it's LA Knight or Gunther. Let's just say it's Gunther because that's who I think it's going to be. Cena versus Gunther, Saturday night main event. You have a heated match going back and forth. John is definitely going to be all red and bleeding on his chest from all those crazy chops he's going to take. At the end, Gunther looks like he's going to finish John Cena off. And out of nowhere comes Dominic Mysterio. And he either hits him with that like mask plate that El Grande uses, does a 619, a frog splash, some way, shape, or form gets John Cena the win. So he can be able to say, I'm the last person to ever beat John Cena.
I'm the last person to beat John Cena. I like that. I like that a lot.
Triple H,
right? By the way, Triple H, we're still available for contracts.
I don't know. I might not be after Survivor Series. I'll still take it, but you owe me more money now. Like I gotta fix that.
Well, that's what I mean. Like
my price has gone up.
Yes.
And I wasn't cheap to begin with.
I mean, he is a sellout, and he is, kind of cheap, but not like that.
Different cheaps. Like I'm cheap with my money, not getting my money, and I sell out for the right price. But that price tag goes up. This stinker. But this was clearly the match of the night, in my opinion. Like it was nowhere close to any of the other matches. On any other card, this would have been just a fun middle of the pack match. So I don't want to over rev. This is not a 5-star match or whatever you want to rate this as. Not that we do star ratings around here, but
this wasn't a galaxy.
No,
a star system.
No, it was. I mean, it was more than a solar system. It was more than a 1-star match. I'll give it that.
Fair.
Some of the other ones might not have been, but here we are. Speaking of maybe not being one, we'll go into the women's world title match. And disappointing match in its own right. Though, at this point in time in the card, after the Women's War Games, the mess that was kind of Cena Mysterio, fun mess, but it was still a mess.
It was still a mess. It was chaos.
I got to this match and I was almost like, well, do I fast forward to this one? I didn't. I watched it. I had that feeling of dread going into it because it was maybe not nearly the feeling of dread that I saw on Stephanie Vaquera's face during the match, because I don't blame her at all for this match being subpar, because I think she was just dragging Nikki Bella through it.
I don't understand this narrative that they again, I know I picked wrong on this one, but it's really because to go along with this is this narrative of some of these women that were specifically from the Divas era are trailblazers of women's wrestling. No, they weren't. I get it. It kind of starts with Nikki Bella and to a point ends with Michelle McCool. Or vice versa, depending on how you want to look at it. Because Michelle McCool is nepotism because she's Undertaker's wife. And Nikki Bella, I don't know what the deal is with this. Like, I don't understand this. And look, you want to bring her back because she gets a nostalgia pop a little bit for coming out and doing the twirl. Cool. This wasn't. She was. She's given Becky her worst match in the last couple months. She's now given Stephanie her worst match in the last like year and a half. Ever. I don't get this. Like, and I'm not. And again, she's still kind of out of practice from all this. Like, she hasn't wrestled a real regular schedule even since coming back. So this isn't. This wasn't set up to be good.
No, not at all. And like, there's no real story. I know they tried to force a storyline here, but there's no storyline here that anybody cared about.
It was just a copy and paste storyline from the Jade and Tiffany storyline. It's the exact same storyline.
Yeah, I mean,
just on Raw.
It's older, jealous person going after the young champion. It's like it's tale as old as time.
Like Beauty and the Beast.
I don't have much to say about this match, dude.
No, listen, I got it wrong because I really thought they were gonna go down that route because they've made stupid choices like this lately.
Yeah, and I fear for Stephanie Vaquero right now because, like other non-English speaking people, like predominant English speaking people, I feel like WWE has a hard time booking them. A lot of the Japanese wrestlers kind of fall flat. I know they did a good job with Io, and they've done a pretty good job with Kabuki Warriors, but Shinsuke was a nightmare. Like his whole, like the guy, like he's probably one of the most disrespected. Like the way they handled him the whole time. I know they tried to give him pushes. Maybe the crowd, he just didn't get over the crowd. Blame whatever you want. I find that hard to believe, but like I just fear that they don't quite know what to do with her. How to make people care about her more than just being really good in the ring, and that doesn't cut it all the time.
I think I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you here. I will say the one little, I guess, caveat with that is with Stephanie, though English is her second language, obviously, she at least communicates and conveys the proper emotion all the time, even with her English being as the level of broken that it is. She's one of those few that she might be able to. Unfortunately, she might not fly as high as she should because of how good she is. But I think she might almost slip under the radar of, well, she's still getting really good crowd reactions from what she's saying. So I'm hoping. I'm actually.
Yeah.
It's really sad that I'm hoping that she doesn't soar through the clouds and that she's just she managed to skate by and keep giving world title matches because they don't see her in the same light that we do.
And I'm not trying to throw shade at WWE for any kind of opinions that they may have of people based on anything other than the way they work in the ring or anything like that. I'm not trying to make a statement. There's plenty of people who are already doing that. So we'll leave that to the people who really know.
People over there.
Yeah. You're not pointing at me, are you?
No, I think I'm. All right, up there. There we go. The people up there.
At the end of the day, I've just seen this happen before, and she's entirely too talented for her to not be looked at like the women that were in that first match in the year or so. Like again, she's new. She's already got a world title, so they do believe in her in that aspect of things. But even the same thing with Tiffany too. Like they didn't know how to handle her once they gave her the belt.
No, they turned her into a babyface, and that was the exact wrong move. So I just want to piggyback off of Stephanie having the title. Also, I saw something recently that congratulations, Naomi.
Oh, she had a baby?
She had the baby. It was
Really?
baby
Already?
time.
Man, oh
I
man.
I think it's kind of.
That
So
wasn't
September
9
was Io and
months.
Stephanie. Who knows how? I mean, did she have a match at SummerSlam? Yes, she did. She had the match at
Yeah, it was a
SummerSlam, and then I
handicap.
think
It's a
immediately,
handicap match.
basically, yeah. But then WrestlePalooza was almost 2 months after that. So who knows? She was probably pregnant at SummerSlam. Is how that would work out.
No, she didn't have the baby.
But I
dude.
thought she didn't have it. I thought I saw a picture of her with the baby.
No, 3 days ago she announced the gender of the baby.
Maybe that's what it was. Okay. Well, congratulations on that.
Which I don't know what it is.
I think it's a boy. Maybe that's what it was. Is they AI'd a boy?
It's a boy.
We had a baby. It's a boy. Most people don't know that commercial.
It's the 100 Collect commercial.
Yeah. We had a baby. It's a boy. Yeah, that's probably what it was then, is that they probably AI'd Naomi and Jimmy as a baby.
Maybe.
Boy.
I don't see that here, but she definitely did. You know, babies take about 9 months to maturate and incubate or whatever.
About 40 weeks, yeah.
There. Yeah, whatever they do in that. Inside. It's crazy.
All right, let's finish off this card because
biology's wild.
We're going on. We're going down the wrong tangents.
I'd rather talk about Naomi and expecting over anything else on this card.
That's right.
All right, but let's get to her husband and this. So the men's war games, we had CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, the Usos, and Roman Reigns versus the Braun Brawns, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar. Why don't you go? You could start this one. I don't.
Well, let's see. There was a yeet fest in the middle of the match. Are we spoiling already? Like they're
let's not get to the end quite yet. I want to talk about that in detail.
All right, so you know what? I'm going to give the one good thing that I really do like about that WWE does this well all the time. So I'm going to give them a thumbs up on this one. They at least always give the rules to whatever the matches are. Like there's at least a graphic for the rules. This is how far this is how far I have to like stoop to like find something good for this.
Let me tell you about my favorite part of the match. They told me the rules.
They told me the rules. Oh. Punk looked rough at the end of this match. Cody kind of looked just like Cody. I don't know. Thank God Braun Breaker isn't injured because he looked
Cody
like
almost killed him.
Yeah. I don't know. Like you said, I don't like Drew holding the gate for Cody. Like he's been wanting to get to Cody this whole time.
Yeah, that was wild. I was like, what are you doing? And like they just kind of replayed the first match in those things. Again, way too much Jamoke. And I feel like I kind of reviewed this match kind of in the setup. Way too much Jamoke, and it wasn't realistic. I did like Lesnar going out and meeting Roman on the rampway and not letting him in the match right away, so he wouldn't get disqualified while being outside the ring, kind of thing. So I think that was a cool little loophole. Because
the match hasn't started yet.
These are the longest 8-minute matches of all time, by the way. And so, like, I thought that was a different take on some of this stuff, but yeah, it was just, I don't know, it was just kind of there.
Like, I would have rather have if Drew had so much wherewithal in the middle of this War Games fight that he was able to go to the cage door and like hold it open, or hold it closed rather. I would have rather, because the cage, it opens towards the stairs. Yeah, it opens towards the crowd. So they would have had to. I would have rather have seen him like come over and like claymore the cage door into Cody.
100%. I was like,
and
what?
Then like go out and drag him in and just start like beating him. Like that would have given me more sympathy to Cody, and like, Drew's a cad, even though Drew McIntyre is usually right.
100%. But for someone who tried to kick his head through an announce table to then hold the door closed so Cody couldn't get in, it just didn't make any sense for his character. And I feel like the War Games is non-canon.
Yeah, like this match didn't really happen.
Doesn't count. Like, they threw all storylines out the window, and they were just like, we're good. Let's just pretend like we're all just a team for a minute, and then we'll worry about the pieces after the match, if you could call it a match.
This happened on Earth 2 instead of here?
Yeah, this was an exhibition thing, and then they kind of
in 2 rings and a cage.
Yeah. So we kind of went through a lot of this earlier, so I won't belabor the point. We did have an interesting, completely black and covered, attired person enter the ring, curb stomp, a super kick, then curb stomp. So it's definitely Seth Rollins. Like, who else could do that? I have some theories on who it is.
Is that a pun?
Kind of. It's only not a pun because I'm not convinced it's Austin Theory.
I think everyone wants it to be Austin Theory. I think everyone wants like this payoff
for Austin Theory.
I think a lot of people want this payoff for like why they pushed Austin Theory as much as they did. I'll tell you the most outrageous theory I heard.
Oh, I have a good one too. I hope it's not the same thing.
Is it a woman?
It is a woman.
Is it Zoe Starks?
It's Zoe Starks.
It's the most outrageous one I've heard. Because I don't think I don't think it's, because I actually don't think she's healed yet. 2, if it is Zoe Starks, I really, really hope that they tone her down a little bit, because she's been on the verge of hurting herself for 6 months before she hurt herself.
For someone to come in here and do that, and it turn out to be Zoe Starks, would be fantastic. Because I like
the idea
that now Zoe Starks hurt herself back in May, which would have been about 8 months ago.
Ish.
And an ACL tear typically takes 6 to 12 months to heal. So we're right in her window. Now, she had a pretty major tear. So
I was going to say, she tore her MCL too.
Yeah, most people do. Like, when you tear your ACL, here's a fun fact. When I was in college, my original major was an athletic training major. That's why I always go on and on about injuries when they're there. Because I don't think people getting hurt is cool, but I think injuries are cool. Is that a weird way to kind of put that? I don't want to ever see anybody get hurt. But when I do see them get hurt, I'm like, oh, there's one. And so I know a decent amount about these things. I'm no expert, but I know enough to be dangerous. And it is like,
if you knew any less, he'd be deadly.
Right. When you tear your ACL, you usually tear other ligaments. It's not always all 4. Like the PCL and the LCL aren't usually a part of that. Those are the ones that are on the sides. And I think she did tear those 2 as well.
I don't know. I was just looking. It only says the ACL and the MCL, and then I know the meniscus is also another one that's kind of a given, because that's what, like the cartilage in the area.
It's the cartilage on top of the bones where they touch.
Yeah, so
So you
like
have meniscus in the
it's
middle
kind of
of the
like a
bones to keep
given that
that.
that tears basically, like because everyone that everyone that I've ever heard, even if the MCL doesn't necessarily tear, the ACL and the meniscus are almost always torn.
Yeah, but like so, yeah. So she didn't even tear her LCL or her PCL. So, yeah, it's super technical with everybody here. So it could be around that 8 month mark, 7 8 month mark, where she is able to come in and start a storyline. Like maybe she's not ring match ready today, but she could be back. And man, what a storyline to bring her into and like propel her to a different echelon where she was before, where they had no idea where to put her. And they were like, shit, we had Becky in the vision, and now she's not here because Seth isn't here. Let's get her in there. So that I want it to be Zoe.
What about the other one is what is it? Montez Ford. I've heard a lot of on that one.
No way that's Montez Ford.
I think if people are going to confuse it with Austin Theory, there's a better chance of it possibly being Montez Ford. If and here's the other thing, if the person under the hood is actually who is going to be the real reveal, because for all we know, the person who did the stomp, the kick and the stomp is 6'5", or what's Austin Theory. I think he's like 6'3" and like almost 250. So yeah, like me.
Montez Ford is 6'1", 232.
And I think Austin Theory is like 6'2" or 6'3", and like he sits in that like 230 range too.
He's 6'1", 220. So they are similar sizes.
Here's the thing: Zoe Starks, for being muscular, is not tall.
5'8".
So if the actual person,
it was hard to tell if that person was tall or not. Like,
but if the actual person doing it is the person that they're revealing, I don't think it's Zoe Starks. That's where I'm going with it. Whereas if they sent someone in there, especially if she's recovering from a knee injury, maybe climbing up the cage is not the best option for her. I'm just saying, even if you're trying to hide.
Wrestlers are maniacs. I've seen Mick Foley get thrown off the top of a Hell in a Cell.
I feel slightly attacked right now, but still.
You should. You're a maniac. They all, yeah, you have to be at least a little crazy to wrestle. And you have to be at least a lot of crazy to wrestle at this level.
Fair.
And not in a bad way.
I don't think it's Zoe Stark. I don't think it's Zoe Stark.
All right. I want it to be.
I also know for a fact it's not Chris Jericho, because I know Chris Jericho didn't climb his old man butt over that cage.
I've heard he's lost some weight.
I don't care about his weight.
But
Jericho in his 50s is not climbing over that cage that quickly.
Who knows? But you know what? But you said it yourself. It was definitely Austin Theory under all that black, but when he takes the mask off, it's Chris Jericho.
Yeah, exactly. Fooled you! Yeah, like they went and got the best athlete they could to like do that spot. So like it might have been Montez Ford who did that one spot, but when they uncover it, it's gonna be like, guess who the new leader is? You all just made the list.
You just made the list.
They're no longer the vision; they're the list.
They're the list. That's I want to see these.
I'm glad we turned this around a little bit.
Well, we just turned around with like, how do they save this? Because like, you know, like I don't know what Austin Theory does for this group, particularly with Logan Paul in it now, and it feels like Logan Paul is like a real member of the Vision at this point in time. Like, obviously, Drew McIntyre I wouldn't consider a real member of it. Even Brock Lesnar is almost like an outside looking in, but Logan Paul is in the ring with the Bron Brons. I don't see what Austin Theory brings to this group. Whereas in Zoe Stark, I see what she brings to this group. She brings a dominant female competitor that is on the younger side. She's 31, and so like
Young enough.
Yeah, and not established. She's not an established star. And I think that everybody else in this grouping is not an established star. How old is Braun Breaker? Is he in his 20s?
Braun Breaker is 27 or 28.
He's 28, so that's not too removed from 31. So I'm just not trying to age shame
because I think I think Bronson Reed is only like 30.
So like
I know he's young.
They're all like 80 years younger than CM Punk. So there's the age shame.
But so are we.
But I'm not competing in the ring. Like
that's true. We're only 20 years younger than CM Punk.
No, I'm only 10 years older than these guys. Less than 15.
But younger than Jericho.
By like 40 years. So I'm excited. I want to be excited about who this mass person is to round out this group in a way that'll be beneficial rather than just having Austin Theory laughing in the background, because that's all you're going to get. So that's it. And I feel like it's
Grayson Waller.
I feel like they were setting Austin Theory up for a face turn as well. And they did all that work for that. And for him to join the Vision, it just doesn't land for me. I don't know. But that was Survivor Series War Games. Please tell us why we were wrong. Right in the comments below. Did you see something we didn't? I hate being this harsh on some of the most talented competitors, athletes in the world. And like, honestly, I don't even blame half the people in the matches. I think it's the way it was produced is a lot more.
The way it was booked, the way it was produced, the story, the stories going in. It was just it was kind of snake bit from the start.
100%. And like, I feel like they're moving stuff around. And like, are they setting up Cody Roman 3 at Mania? I'm like, I don't want to see that.
I definitely don't want to see that. I also don't want to see Roman Brock again.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I would get down with Roman CM Punk though. That would be fun.
I wouldn't mind Roman CM Punk. I don't know. I don't know what out of this I want to see. I mean, I'm looking forward to us getting out of this and us getting Logan Paul versus CM Punk after this, because that'll probably be happening.
I don't think it will be. I think they're pivoting. I think you're going to get Braun Breaker versus CM Punk first.
I don't want it yet. It's not that I don't want it. I just don't want it yet.
I'd rather see Braun Breaker beat CM Punk and then face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania than any of the matches we just said.
I mean, yeah, that is something.
So, again, folks, this is our review of Survivor Series War Games 2025. Please give us a like. Please give us a like and subscribe. Tell us where we were right. Tell us where we were wrong in the comments below. Really appreciate everyone who does leave comments down there. We're trying to grow the show. So your help really does matter. It helps us get into that YouTube algorithm. Please tell a friend. If you don't have a friend, tell a stranger. And Steven?
As always, guys, remember, tuck your chin when you bump.